So there's a bunch of footage coming out of China of protests that are happening all over the place. They're happening all over China in major cities. And we're going to get to that footage in a minute, but first let's just take a quick look at this article. Here's the headline: Protests against the lockdowns erupt across China. Some turn violent. Chinese citizens are protesting the communist nation's strict COVID policies, with at least one demonstration turning violent. Protests intensified over the weekend in major cities across China, including Beijing, Shanghai, and Wuhan. According to media reports, a demonstration in Shanghai eventually devolved into chaos, with police clashing with protesters and deploying pepper spray. The protests emerged as a response to the zero-COVID policies imposed by the Chinese Communist Party government since the beginning of the pandemic. One protester in Shanghai told Reuters, quote, "I'm here because I love my country, but I don't love my government. I want to be able to go out freely, but I can't. Our C-19 policy is a game and is not based on science or reality." Yeah, where have I heard that before?
You're okay. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Now, these protests reportedly began on Thursday after 10 people were killed in a fire at a residential high-rise building in Urumqi, the capital city of Xinjiang Autonomous Region. Videos of the incident posted on social media spawned accusations that lockdowns contributed to the deaths. Residents of the city have been locked down and prevented from leaving their homes for as long as 100 days at a time. Quote, "We just want our basic human rights. We can't leave our homes without a test. It was the accident in Xinjiang that pushed people too far," another protester said. Now, here's the residential building where the fire was, and there's reports that people were actually locked into their apartments from the outside. And we know that in China, people have actually been locked into buildings. In this tweet, it's saying 44 people were burnt to death, including a young child. Now, I've seen other reports saying it was 10 people. Horrific, either way. So there's the building. And this looks like a door that's been rigged to stay shut from the outside. Here's another door that looks like it's been rigged to stay shut. I can't confirm this, obviously. Here's some footage. It looks like people trying to escape from a building. It says people in Xinjiang have been quarantined for more than 100 days. 100 days. Yeah, this is not footage we're used to seeing coming out of China. Here's one. Wow, this is really something. CCP step down. Jinping step down. The crowd is shouting and the police officers do not stop them. Now, whether those police have been ordered to stand down or whether or not they're just not doing what they've been told to do, I don't know. Now, generally, when security forces stop obeying the regime, that's usually bad news for the regime, but I don't know what's happening here. Here's another one. Wow, when people stand up and fight, CCP's big whites are outnumbered and they escape. Now, the big whites, I guess, are the ones in the white, I guess, hazmat suits that are basically the COVID security force. Yeah, again, this is not the kind of footage we're used to seeing coming out of China. And the cruelty it's hard to overstate. I mean, take a look at this. This is children taken away from their parents for quarantine. This is heartbreaking. I mean, it's awful. I mean, this just truly is just pure cruelty to the children, to the parents. It's horrific. And I'll tell you what, all the people in the West who said that the anti-mandate people, anti-mandate protesters, they shouldn't get health care, or they agreed with people like Trudeau that they shouldn't be tolerated, and they were fringe with unacceptable views. Yeah, you don't have anything to say now. Don't say a word. You're the people that want to bring Western countries closer to what the CCP is, not further away. How about this? Residents at Tongzhou district in Beijing pushed down the lockdown wall and shouted, "End the lockdown," November 26, 2022. And how about this one in Wuhan? That's a lot of people. Here's one, people from Beijing protesting on street. The anger is too much to crack down. And so this is a major movement across China. It's a lot of people. But if there's one thing we know about authoritarian regimes, they crack down. They don't tolerate stuff like this. So, it's a certainty there's going to be a crackdown. And what happens from there, we don't know. History won't tell us until it's history. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.